Hi everyone, welcome back to Grandpa Mark's Hobbies and build update number 3 on Revell's Peterbilt 359 Conventional. Got a lot done. Let me get the guys out of the way here and we'll start going over everything. So come on, Daisy. All right, as you can see, I put the body on the frame. It pops on and off real easy. I'm going to lose my diamond plate here. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to figure out how I'm going to lay my stripes down. And I wanted it on the frame just so everything lines up the way it's going to be and looks right. So Lennis from Grandpa Mark's Hobbies webpage or Facebook page sent me a really cool picture. And I'm just trying to figure out how or if I am skilled enough to lay it all out. So that's why this is all on here. Let me talk here real quick. I'm going to pull this skid plate off. I'm going to move the truck out the way because that's all that I have on that right now. I haven't gotten a lot done on the truck. I'm going to bring in here just a smidge. I got a new camera holder and light ring, so I'm hoping that this looks a lot better here and maybe even sounds better. But the skid plate, I used my matte Mod Podge and I just stippled it all over the place, let that dry overnight, and then I came back with my flat black, there we go, rubber black, and just trying to make that grease look on there. After I got that, and I really like it, came out pretty good. So after I did that, I came back with my Weathermaster D, and I used some of the oil stain on it and went all over the place with that. And then I used the Weathermaster C. I used the silver and the gunmetal, just kind of hitting it here and there around the edges to brighten them up and make it look like it's worn a little bit, and in where the kingpin will drop in there and all that. So I'm pretty happy with the way that came out. The other thing I'm super happy with is my steering wheel. I did semi-gloss black, and then I did chrome silver X11 on here. I didn't want it to be like how I do the Molotov pen or the chrome. I wanted it to be more like a aluminum look to it, like my Firebird used to have. So the chrome silver over the black really looks good, and I'm going to leave it this way. I'm not going to mess with it anymore. I'm not even going to panel line the inside. I think just the way the light hits, it'll give it more than enough shadow lines, and I'm afraid the panel liner will darken it up too much. So there is the steering wheel, and while we're talking about that, we'll talk about the shifter. That came out really good. I used rubber black, I used flat aluminum, and I used gloss white. I was going for the cue ball look for the handle. A little bit of semi-gloss black on the switch, and then just panel liner in there to bring out the highlights. And I'm super happy with that. And we'll talk about more stuff that I'm happy with. My fan is together, my radiator. The fan, I dusted it with pastels now before I get it in there, because I think once I get it in there, I'm not going to be able to. So looking pretty good, a little bit weathered, not too much. I mean, it's going to be a truck that's used, but I don't want it to be filthy. Now, my airbags, I showed them to you the other day, and the more I looked at them, the more I hated them. So I repainted them with the X85, the rubber black, and I let that dry overnight, and then I came back with XF2 with my flat white and a whole bunch of water, and I just got them wet, and I'm really happy that that got in there. Now I will hit that with pastels down the road, but it got in there and brought out the highlights of those bags. So now they look a lot more like that rubber that's been worked. I guess is the best way to say that. While I was at it, I did the aluminum on the bottom. And Robert from our webpage hooked me up with a whole bunch of stuff here. He sent me a goodie bag. And in that goodie bag, he sent me a whole bunch of air fittings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill the airbags out. I'll put fittings, and that way we can run the our solder in there. I don't want to pull these out of the bag. I hope you can see them. Man, they're super detailed. It's a resin, and it looks like these are set up for hoses, but these are set up to where I can use my solder on there. So I'll do that with the 4 here, with the tanks, and a few other places, and that'll really make the details pop. So Robert, dude, you're awesome. And while I'm talking about Robert and how cool he set me up, he sent me some of this green stuff, chrome. It's an alcohol base. It has 0 smell. So I was able to spray it down in the shop. And I tried it out tonight, and I hit it on a spoon. And man, I'm telling you, that came out really good. Look, you can even see the ring from that light. So we went with it, and I took it, I hit the tanks, and this stuff goes on there so quick. I mean, you just got to mist it. And he said, as late as you can do it, do it. So I did, and it came out really cool. It's a little bit dark chrome. These have been sitting now for over an hour, so they're dry. The stacks came out really cool, and man, I'll tell you what, I put them up against the truck. Tell me that's not going to look awesome. So cool. So, and it really, really got the shine to it. I'm looking in the camera while I'm talking about it, and it looks a lot darker in the camera than it really is. It is dark. It's not like a bright white chrome. And you got to really go light, because if you don't, it will come out flat. I'm okay with the bumper being like that, because that's what I wanted anyhow. I am going to weather this. The bright chrome that was on there from Revell was just super bright, and I hated it. My rims, let me pop this one off, came out fantastic. Look at that. So now, tomorrow or the next day, next time I get down here, we're going to put the tires together, and I will do a video on how we use some stuff. And he even sent me some. Robert sent me some of the stuff we use in the tires to make them to where they don't just fold up on themselves. So that'll be really cool. So now I'm cruising here, and I got to where I'm doing my interior, and everything just kind of crashed. So let me back you up a little bit. Whoops. Here's the interior. This was supposed to be a little bit darker brown than this. I used, I had it right here. Here it is. I used the XF9, my Hall Red, and Buff I didn't want it to be brown, red brown, but I didn't want it to be tan either. So this is what it ended up with. This is going back in a spray booth. I'm not happy with it. I think it's going back in a spray booth. I hit it with brown panel liner, and it darkened it up just a little bit. The seats really showed off the detail, and I'm looking at it in the camera, and it looks a whole lot better than I'm thinking it would. So let me know what you guys think, if that looks like a tan, or if it doesn't look the part at all. Because I'd really like to save these just because of my dash. I spent some time tonight, and I got the dash looking really, really good. The wood grain, all that is this color right here. Let it dry for a couple of days, and then I hit it with black panel liner, just a black Tamiya panel liner, and that darkened it up like crazy. And then I went over the top of that with, you got it, the X26 clear orange, and that came out really, really nice. Now I do have a light spot here, and we'll talk about that here in a second. So after I did that, I went into all the gauges and I painted them black. I went down all the breakers and I hit them with a sharpened toothpick with white. We did our silver on the switches and across the top. I did the labels with semi-gloss black, and then the switches below them with chrome silver. On the gauge cluster, I did on all the red warning lights, I did silver first. The chrome silver, let it dry, and then I came in with the clear red X27 and just a dot of clear red in there, and that made those come out really, focus here, came out really nice. So I'm happy with that. The gauges, I came in after I painted them, and they dried with my Prismacolor white pencil, sharpened it up pretty good, and just kind of ran it around. You can see I got a little silver here. I'm waiting for that to dry on the, I think that's the tack. I'm waiting for that to dry, and then I'm going to come back in there with the semi-gloss black again, and then we'll come back over top of that with this. But I have to let that dry first. And then for all the bezels around the top, I used just my silver gel pen. Don't even know the name of this. I think I got it on Amazon like 4 years ago. But boy, oh boy, does it do the number there, huh? So this is why I want to save that brown, because I know if I try to paint this black, I'm going to ruin that. And there's probably, I don't know, an hour and a half's worth of work total in this thing that I don't want to just ruin. So there's that. Just a whole lot. My diamond plate, remember we stripped that was super chromed, and we stripped it, and then I went back over that with just the flat aluminum. I haven't even done any panel liner on this, so I'm not sure if I'm going to. I did panel liner on the sides just to highlight the sides a little bit, but I think I'm going to just leave these as the bright white, and we'll go with that. The interior, the back here, I messed around with it. This still needs a couple more coats to get the pillow and the sheet looking good. But Robert also said, hey, take a t-shirt and make your blanket. Now, dang it, does not that look just like a navy wool blanket? I mean, it's spot on. So I'll take some Mod Podge and I'll Mod Podge this down here, there, and everywhere, and I'm going to leave it nice and tight, just like you could bounce a quarter off it, like the Drill Sergeant Turner taught us to. So we're cruising along here. Again, I'm happy with the chrome. It's going to look good on there. Everything else is coming along. We're getting real close to assembly here. So again, leave me a note in the comments about the seat colors and the interior color, and if you think I should get rid of it or just leave it go and roll with it. So with this, I want to thank you for all the comments and suggestions and straightening me out on a whole bunch of different things. And I will let you go. Y'all have a great day and a better tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching.